In Daniel 9, we find the prophet praying fervently for his people, pleading for God's mercy and forgiveness. Suddenly, an angel appears, bringing a message of hope and redemption. The angel tells Daniel that a time will come when the Messiah will be cut off for the sins of his people, thus making an end of sins and bringing in everlasting righteousness. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy. These 70 weeks are broken down into 3 key periods: 7 weeks, 62 weeks, and 1 week, totaling 490 years. Verse 25 details the starting point. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah Prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks, the street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. The decree to rebuild Jerusalem was issued by Artaxerxes in approximately 456 BCE. The first 7 weeks or 49 years saw the rebuilding of Jerusalem's streets and walls as foretold in verse 25. Then, 62 weeks or 434 years later, we arrive at 27 AD, marking the beginning of the final week, the 70th week, and the commencement of the Messiah's earthly ministry. The angel goes on to say, "And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant with many. 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and abominations of the desolate on the wing, even until the destruction determined that shall be poured upon the desolate." Jesus begins his ministry around 27 AD. 3.5 years into the ministry, in 30 AD, Jesus is crucified, fulfilling the prophecy of being anointed as the most holy sanctuary when he is cut off, but not for himself, for the sins of the world. This sacrificial act caused the sacrifices and oblation of Yom Kippur to cease in God's eyes, as Jesus' death was the ultimate atonement. Now, here's something truly remarkable. Jewish historical facts, recorded in the Jerusalem Talmud and the Babylonian Talmud, document that around 30 AD, 40 years before the temple's destruction in 70 AD, there were mysterious and ominous signs indicating that God was no longer accepting the Yom Kippur sacrifices. The Yerushalmi Talmud states, 40 years before the destruction of the temple, the western light went out, the crimson thread remained crimson, and the lot for the Lord always came up in the left hand. They would close the gates of the temple by night and get up in the morning and find them wide open. Similarly, the Babylonian Talmud mentions in Yoma 39b, our rabbis taught, during the last 40 years before the destruction of the temple, the lot for the Lord did not come up in the right hand, nor did the crimson-colored strap become white, nor did the westernmost light shine, and the doors of the Hekel would open by themselves. These events coincide perfectly with the timeline of Jesus' crucifixion. Christ's vicarious death finished the transgression, made an end of sins, made reconciliation for iniquity, and brought in everlasting righteousness, sealing the messianic vision and prophecy exactly as foretold in Daniel 9, verse 24. So there you have it. The life and sacrifice of Jesus align perfectly with the timeline and description laid out in Daniel 9 and are corroborated by historical evidence. It's a powerful testament to God's divine plan and the fulfillment of messianic prophecy, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Christianity is the true faith.